They don't want the facts that would satisfy the cravings.
It's like things ain't the same no more. Shit has changed. Whack niggas getting on, fucking up the lanes, wearing tight jeans and feminizing the game. It's like the shit ain't the same. Like things ain't the same no more. Shit has changed. Whack niggas getting on, fucking up the lanes, wearing tight jeans and feminizing the game. It's like the shit ain't the same.
It's like things ain't the same no more. Don't want parts of the game no more. It's a shame, but things change. Stayed in my lane, cause I know I rock a different route. And I never look to give horse in the mouth. Let them know early on what my life about. Pick a struggle, found a hustle just to think it out. From MD to DC to NC, running through every city till they knew me. Spread it through your gossip, the fearless, preposterous, the product of Reaganomics, Wall Street economics. Me, I kicked the knowledge, college wasn't expensive. Knowledge itself made you less apprehensive. You didn't follow wealth, selling out wasn't the norm. You rode with your clique and you weathered the storm. You stayed true to self from the day you was born, so you could be the realest man whenever you gone.
It's like things ain't the same no more. Shit has changed. Whack niggas getting on, fucking up the lanes, wearing tight jeans and feminizing the game. It's like the shit ain't the same. Like things ain't the same no more. Shit has changed. Whack niggas getting on, fucking up the lanes, wearing tight jeans and feminizing the game. It's like the shit ain't the same.
$100 bands in the duffel. Got it off a block cause a nigga struggle. Moving that way, but won't flex some muscle. Get it poppin' every day, all my niggas hustle. Hustle, hustle. 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 All my niggas hustle. Posted in the kitchen, whipping up a chicken. Think about them days, about the better living. Not to put myself in a good position. Nigga play with my moolah and wind up missing. Man, my whip game is foreign. Polo Ralph Lauren, this rap game I'm scoring. You bitch ass niggas is scoring. About to kick your door in, ready for the warring. Leave you face down on the flooring. I be whipping through zone 6 when I be pushing that exotic. Ain't no niggas fucking with my niggas cause we got it. Get it out the mud cause we got that good product. Judge in my right hand, don't make a nigga pop it. We get it poppin', any means. Malcolm X about the cream. 45 with the beam, shoot him in the sleep, that's a wet dream. I'm getting richer, see the picture. Try to run off, my shooter's gonna hit ya. 100 bands in the duffel. Got it off a block cause a nigga struggle. Moving that way, but won't flex some muscle. Get it poppin' every day, all my niggas hustle. Hustle, hustle. 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 All my niggas hustle.
I keep the grind like it's my time. Reap what's mine and redefine. Hustle speed like feet to fire. City live is the empire. Say what? And I be kinda feeling it. Say what? Yeah, I'm young, black and killing it. We cast it out, we reel it in. Known throughout as realest men. Know some more, please fill us in. They compete, we still gon' win. You catch a drip, blows out that split. Amateurs ain't got that gift. Scrambling, cause here comes rent. Man, y'all suckers trip. I be on it, you be broken. Catchin' poppin', I be profin'. I be chillin', you be smoking. All your product chasing, go swing. I'll break you down like elbows. Flash you once, get knocked, you see me rockin' shell toes.
100 bands in the duffel. Got it off a block cause a nigga struggle. Moving that way, but won't flex some muscle. Get it poppin' every day, all my niggas hustle. Hustle, hustle. 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 All my niggas hustle.
Yo, Raise the Rise, City Live, they don't know, I gotta tell them, take it up in the ribs. I don't know what you think this is. City live with them hits and we up in this bitch. Trying to feed us a bone, yeah, that's lunch to a pit. You're looking for your next meal, we have to get rich. I don't know what you think this is. So you mad at success cause we handled our biz. But that's the key of life, more fly than meteorites. My media life, split 16s in this mic. I don't know what you think this is. Set the groundwork we sparked when you didn't have the heart. And now we got the props that you wish you got. Sitting right here at the top like this is our spot. I don't know what you think this is. And let them know. I don't know what you think this is. So here we go. I don't know what you think this is. You ain't scared to put in work, you better get it how you live. So here we go. I don't know what you think this is. And let them know. I don't know what you think this is. So here we go. I don't know what you think this is. And if they really need to know, you better rep your plan. I don't know what you think this is. Might loosen on my grip, but I never ever slip. Shoot the dialect straight from the hip, no clip. Keep it off for reloading, aim with one eye open. I don't know what you think this is. Might call Lindsay home, but we taking them trips. Might flip the script and slide through overseas. The world is my oyster from the seas to the sofas. Put it on a poster for the fronters and the posers. Rip them out the culture. This is for my soldiers, the ones who got wiser as they got a little older. The rest can hit the quota, not one iota. I don't know what you think this is. You can live for the moment that your ignorance is bliss. You might not get the gist, but I'll break it down a bit. Everything I spit is real, the rest is counterfeit. I don't know what you think this is. And let them know. I don't know what you think this is. So here we go. I don't know what you think this is. You ain't scared to put in work, you better get it how you live. So here we go. I don't know what you think this is. And let them know. I don't know what you think this is. So here we go. I don't know what you think this is. And if they really need to know, you better rep your plan.
And we are live.
Check.
Well, I gotta wait and hear the playback on you.
Oh yeah, we in the building.
Okay, so we're good to go.
Check.
Yeah.
It's a little bit after 10 o'clock Saturday night. The effing podcast is in the building. Welcome. I'm your host, Branson.
I am B.D.U.B.
You will be hearing Budha in a little bit. He's running a little bit behind. Shout out my girl, Kelli Jo. She is not with us tonight either, but we're going to make the most of what we got here. We got some great topics tonight, and we just going to kick it like we normally do. So first and foremost, we got to give our shout-outs. Shout out 8th and Fancy for all your adult snacks. Shout out Dank Drinks. Shout out my girl, Customized by Meek. Anything you need customized, Meek can do it. Everybody I gave a shout out to, if you look in the little eyeglass on Facebook, if you're watching, go up there, scroll, pull the names up, and it'll give you the information you need to locate their businesses. Also want to give a shout out to my guy, Alpha Dogs. We'll be coming back soon, so y'all be on the lookout for that as well.
No doubt.
Like I said, it is Saturday night. We got, unfortunately, we're going to have to do some RIPs.
A couple RIPs.
Yeah, it was, and then it was towards the end of the week, really, a lot of them started kicking off. So the first one I'm going to got to give a RIP to the great, legendary Bob Barker.
Yes, Bob Barker died.
Barker passed away.
Today?
I believe he passed away today, either today or yesterday.
At the age of 99.
You know, the internet it has to have jokes, and they was like, he got as close to $1 as possible without going.
That's cold.
Yeah, the internet be cold, man. Another one I saw was, what did they say when they used to welcome you down on The Price is Right?
Oh, yeah.
They said, God, welcome Bob Barker to heaven like that.
Oh.
But nah, I mean, it's all in good fun. You know, everybody loved Bob Barker. Bob Barker was one of those guys that everybody loved. Everybody grew up with Bob Barker.
Yeah, we all sat on the couch sick, eating saltines, watching him when we got the fever.
So, like I said, Price is Right. The wheel, when they spin the wheel, and you know, then Plinko. I remember Plinko was a big game, and then the showdown at the end. But yeah, Bob Barker was definitely a legend. Want to give him RIP. He was 99 though. He lived a
no foul play is suspected.
he lived a long and prosperous life. So, like I said, we want to give him his RIP. Next RIP we're going to give out goes to the legendary wrestling great Terry Funk. Of the Funk Brothers. It was him. I believe he had another brother named Dory. They were wrestlers back in the 70s and 80s and 90s. I mean, Terry Funk I believe he was one of the ones who started up the hardcore style of wrestling where they started bleeding and stuff like that. Terry Funk didn't care. Him, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, of that nature. He was with WCW, I believe, for a little bit. He was with the WWE for a little bit. He was with ECW for a little bit. And he was just a pioneer of the wrestling game. As I don't know if anybody knows, but I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Yes, he is.
I am a huge wrestling
I haven't kept up with wrestling since the Attitude Era.
And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, wrestling is going through a lot. Wrestling has lost the entertainment value somehow. You know, then you add in COVID. Wrestling was going through COVID as well. So, you know, it wasn't really bringing the viewership out like it used to.
Yeah, I remember watching the WWE when it was on COVID, and it was just two people in the ring, no crowd. It was
So, like you said, so, you know, they went through the COVID era, and now it's really starting to get back entertaining again. And on top of that, it's not just about the WWE anymore. It's a couple of very good wrestling organizations out there now. And wrestling is just a great thing to watch.
Yes, it is.
AEW has a show coming up tomorrow, and for people who don't know, AEW is going to host the biggest wrestling show ever tomorrow in Wembley Stadium out in UK. It's supposed to be like 90,000 people to go see this show.
Why?
You said why?
Yeah.
Because people love wrestling. Like, and then
AEW?
AEW. And they're bringing, you know, like, okay, so boom, just a quick run through.
Yeah.
AEW brought CM Punk back. Anybody familiar with wrestling knows CM Punk left the WWE, and AEW threw him a bag, and he brought his ass back. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to go to the next RIP. This one is a little bit more near and dear to me because, like I said, I'm a big wrestling fan. And this next guy, like Bob Barker was 99. Terry Funk was 79.
Yes.
Bray Wyatt was 36 years old. R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. I can't believe I'm saying this. Now, Bray Wyatt was supposed to be the next Undertaker of the WWE, but they never jumped on that market like that.
Yeah.
Man, he had the potential. I always tell people, if you ask me, WWE ruined this man's legacy because he was going to be a huge star, but they really never got behind him to give him that push. So he came out as the Eater of Worlds, you know, this one character. He was super over. When I say he's over, the crowd loves him. WWE doesn't push him. He goes away. Oh. In wrestling, you have to recreate yourself. You have to come back with another character of some sort that people are interested in. And when I say Bray Wyatt came back with the greatest character in probably 20 years, and the character was called The Fiend, he had this like mask on and stuff like that, but it was dope, and he really captivated the audience. One thing about wrestling, the skill is one thing, but the most important
You got to be
thing
entertaining
about any wrestler is you have to be able to cut a promo.
You gotta talk shit.
You got to be able
Isn't that
to
why Hulk Hogan got big?
Budha.
As you could tell, Buddha's in the building. But you have to be able to cut a promo. That is the biggest part. That's why a lot of stars don't really blow up like that, because they can't talk on the mic like that. Perfect example of a guy who blew up, but he didn't really need to talk. Brock Lesnar.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't got to say nothing. Like, his size speaks for itself. You see him, he gonna fuck you up. But Bray Wyatt, like I said, RIP to him. He had COVID, and then they said he had a heart attack after, and passed away from
At 36?
At 36 years old.
Was he juicing? Was he on something?
I don't think so. And what's so crazy, see, what really was crazy about this story is the WWE kept saying he's coming back. He's coming back. Like, you know, sometimes they'll lie to you. He's sick, things of that nature. There have been stories out that he had a life-threatening illness, but, you know, you'd be like, whatever. He all right. He going to come back. But in all actuality, he had a life-threatening illness, and he passed away from it. It's crazy. But definitely shout out Bray Wyatt. He's probably going to go down as one of the biggest wrestling figures that wasn't the champion 15 times. Yeah. Wasn't champion 10 times. It was all in his allure and the image that he carried. So definitely RIP to him. And, you know, it is what it's just tough.
It's pretty
tough.
Bad.
36, like you said, that's young as hell.
Yeah, I mean, was he healthy overall?
Yes, he was healthy. He was a healthy guy. As a matter of fact, he had lost weight, started toning up. Like, he had really started getting back in shape and stuff like that, getting the wrestler's build. He didn't really have a wrestler. He had the big guy wrestler build, like real stocky and stuff like that. So then he started slimming up, and you could tell he was lifting weights and stuff like that. But I can't believe I'm saying R.I.P. Bray Wyatt. He was definitely one of my favorites in the past. I'd have to say 10 years. Like, he was an amazing character. His in-ring wrestling, it was decent, but his character was what made him amazing. All right. So,
and things get worse after all these RIPs with more bad news, especially happening today in Florida. There's a lot happening in Florida.
Florida is just a crazy state, bro.
Yeah.
Like, people always hype Florida up, but Florida isn't worth all the hype that people give it. It doesn't deserve it like that. It's not worth it. They have great attractions, and they have
alligators.
They have the water. People
It's something in the water.
But
That's what it is. It's something in that water.
As a state, just hit it. Just tap it or something.
Yeah, something is buzzing. Sorry.
But as a state, Florida's trash. Florida's trash. But like B.D.U.B was talking about, there was a mass shooting today in Florida.
Yeah, it was a racially motivated mass shooting. 3 people were killed today.
But you know how it started. It's even deeper than that.
What?
See, okay, boom. So, like you were saying, it's in Jacksonville, Florida. It happened in Jacksonville, Florida. So, they say the guy at first was on Edward Waters' campus. You know what, Edward Waters, the HBCU. It said that he was on the Edward Waters campus. Yeah. And somebody had seen him dressed up and stuff like that, and he ran away, and he ran to the Dollar General, and that's where he, in turn, killed three black people. Yeah. And, like, the sheriff said he was there to kill niggas. Yes. Just put it that plain and simple. He had came to kill niggas. And it's sad that in this day and time that we're still dealing with this stuff. Like, you actually wake up to kill black people. Yeah. That's what you're about. Like, it's a sad thing. The world is definitely a crazy place. So RIP to the 3 people who got shot today.
It was somebody at a Dollar General, and they left a manifesto.
That's all they do. That's what they do. I'm sorry.
The shooting was racially motivated, and he hated black people.
It's sickening. It's sickening.
White man in his 20s.
Like I say, he went to Edward Waters College, and he was going to start shooting there, but they caught him, and he ran off. Mm-hmm. And that's when he went to the Dollar General.
Okay. Yeah, I saw some video of that.
Yeah, so, it's just, unfortunately, I have to pass this on to black people to stay vigilant.
Yeah.
You have to stay
Exercise your Second Amendment rights.
Times. You have to stay vigilant because you never know who's out to get you. You could just be wrong place, wrong time.
Exactly. That's why I don't even like to drink in public anymore.
Always know your surroundings. Yeah. And that's crazy to have to say. You know what I'm saying? Just always know your surroundings because you never know what's going on out here. And like you say, it's been so many racially hesitant situations. Like, it's been so many racial situations over the past couple of years alone. Mm-hmm. My man jogging down in Georgia. They wanted to kill niggas. Mm-hmm. Up in Buffalo, people at the shopping market. Dude comes in, wants to kill niggas.
Yeah. But this killer in Jacksonville had an AR-15. Yeah, and barricaded himself in that Dollar General.
The argument of why are we still letting AR-15s on the street is a moot point. It's not even worth arguing no more.
I believe the governor of Florida is really putting a battery in these white folks' back, and that's partly what's playing a part in it.
Let's not even get started on clown-ass Ron DeSantis. Yeah. Because this is where a lot of this stuff is stemming from. Mm-hmm. It's stemming from him trying to go back to that good old boy connection, and we moved past that. And what I saw,
moved past that.
Well, we're trying to.
We're trying, but we never moved past it.
But it's like race will always, unfortunately, be a problem. Mm-hmm. It will always have some type of negative connotation when it comes to black and white people. There will always be white people who want to kill black people. Yeah. I can't ever think of black people wanting to say we're going to go out and kill white people.
No.
I can't think of it when the sniper in DC Were they just out killing white people, or were
No,
they
they
killing
were just
people?
killing people.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Are you saying they're equal opportunists?
I'm just saying I can't think of a time when there was a black killer who was just like, I'm just killing white people. I can't think of that.
There were.
Please.
I mean,
please bring it up.
What about Micah Johnson in Dallas?
I gotta pull that up. Look,
they killed him with a robot.
Okay. I
remember that.
I remember that. He woke up ready to kill white people, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that was 2016.
What's that? Almost 8 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over 8 years ago because that happened in July of 2016.
But it's just, it's the problem that America will never solve. That's why in 50 years when everybody's mixed, it'll be
8 years. Yeah.
What?
Man, all that mixing shit don't mean nothing, man.
But
you keep if that were the case, slavery would have ended racism because they was fucking slaves.
Yeah, but there weren't that many mixed people like that. Like the biracial now compared to back then is whew.
It don't matter.
I believe it does.
You can still have sex with somebody and still not like their race. I mean, look at Thomas Jefferson. He had mulatto kids with his slave, and they were in the fields.
All that's coming back to haunt him for fucking all these slaves.
How is it haunting him? He's dead.
Now you have all these biracial kids, their offspring.
He don't care.
Yeah, but it has been set in this family now that you put all these black kids in your family that you hated this race. So in turn, you're the reason for this happening.
They don't care. Thomas Jefferson don't care. He got what he wanted out of his racism and died, happy and celebrated.
Well,
so
anybody who knows me know I'm of the ilk that in 50 years the world will probably be will look a lot different.
It will look a lot different, but there will still be darker people getting fucked over. That's how racism works.
I believe there'll still be.
This is a capitalistic society,
but I believe that it's going to go to classism after a while.
It's been on classism. Poor people all over get fucked, but poor white people still have an advantage over poor black people because of race.
But now you got black people with money.
Like, that means nothing.
Okay,
they got their money through the system. The system can take away their money at any time.
Okay,
look at Bill Cosby.
I understand, but it's a lot.
Yeah, look at any black person they fucked over.
True indeed.
They can
but
take
it's
that
a lot more black people with money than it's ever been at any time in life.
We had actually more ownership back in the 40s and shit. We owned more shit back in the day.
I'm sure we owned more stuff back in the day, but now you have more black people who have money, who are
that means nothing.
Say millionaires.
No, that's an illusion too, because we're suffering as a race as a whole. What they'll do is prop up a LeBron or a James Harden and be like, "Look, niggas is getting money," and you so enamored with them getting money, you forget everybody else is broke.
They pop up the Money Mayweather.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Topic switch.
Okay.
Former President Donald Trump.
Yes.
Has been hit again with yet more charges.
Good.
This charge count to 91, and this count involves the RICO.
Good.
There's still people who don't believe that he's going to go to prison. I'm not in that.
Well, he got booked.
Group of people who say that I believe he's going to prison.
Well, he'll go to somewhere nice. Aren't these federal charges? It's fed.
No, these state charges in Georgia. It's fed charges. Look,
he'll be in Fulton County. He'll be in Fulton County Prison.
He got so many charges. The federal charges are up in D.C., I believe. D.C. has fed charges, and New York has fed charges.
Okay.
And Georgia has state charges.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter. He's Secret Service protected regardless. Mm-hmm. They said if he goes to prison or wherever,
Secret Service
still have to protect him.
So the Secret Service gets to protect his fruit cup. What if there's a Fleece Johnson in there? They can't get anywhere near the president. And you see his mugshot, right? They just gave Griselda another fucking album cover.
But this is my thing, and I don't know what white people don't understand about this. Like, there is no way in hell that Trump will be president again. Even if he would win the Republican nomination, I don't think it's no way in hell he would ever be elected again, because I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you think he's gained more supporters since all this stuff has happened?
I mean, I think his support that he does have, they're being more obnoxious and upfront.
Cool. But do you think he gained more supporters than he had before with all this going on?
I don't.
Then my next question after that is, didn't he get beat in a landslide the last time? Did he not get beat in one of the biggest losses ever? And y'all are getting ready to sit here and tell me with a straight face that this man has a chance to win. I don't give a damn if Biden is probably the most unlikable president in history. Donald Trump cannot beat him. And
really?
Until Republicans understand that, they're going to get beat like a drum again.
No, they can get another candidate. Joe Biden is not that hard to beat. It's just
can Trump beat him?
Because Trump can't beat him.
Because Trump's leading their party by, last time I looked, it was 30%. I think DeSantis was within 30%. Which, are you telling me that if DeSantis was the candidate, he could beat Biden?
I don't think DeSantis can beat Biden, but it's not necessarily. I think it's because of his history with Florida and his policies.
Those are your two biggest front runners for the Republican Party right now, DeSantis and Trump, and neither one of them, in my eyes, can beat Biden. No. Neither one of them. And Biden is, his likability is trash. Nobody really wants him. But when it comes time to vote again, they're going to vote for him because they're not going to go for Trump or DeSantis. I don't think so. Especially with DeSantis and all this stuff going on in Florida, like you said. I just don't believe that. So we'll see. But, yeah, Trump is using his mugshot to get up money. I think he's been locked up more than me. Now that I'm doing some math on it, how many times have people been locked? I think Donald Trump has been locked up more times than I have. And
that's quite a bit, is it? I don't know.
Quite a bit.
I've never talked to you about all the times you were locked up.
I've ran through a couple of counties in my life. And now I'm locked up in the county blues. I can say that I've been there. But Donald Trump, and then he did his all in like a year. Like, you got locked up 4 times in 1 year. You're a habitual.
Well, all the shit he did is catching up on him. Which is good, but I mean, he still hasn't been sentenced to jail or anything like that. So
okay,
I'm still.
You think he deserves jail?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I see niggas go to jail for less.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the argument they're going to say is, people have always denied election results and stuff like that. But I'm like, nobody went full-fledged through with it, though.
Yeah, they're not locking them up for denying the results. They're locking them up for fucking with the results.
Going in the fucking boxes and stuff like that. Like, just doing real criminal shit.
He said, I need you to find me X amount of votes. Scrounge them up.
Which makes the RICO charge even more like they're not getting off from this, because it really is an organized group to commit crimes.
I know.
So, but like I say, we'll see what happens with that.
And then the only person in jail right now is the black guy.
I saw that on TV last night. Black Voices for Trump. That's who the black guy is.
Okay, I didn't know who he was. I know he's an idiot. Name of
his group, Black Voices of Trump. The only person in jail out of 19 people that got indicted is
the brother.
Black guy. That's it. Crazy.
And I use brother very loosely.
There's a sister involved with this too, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a sister involved with this too.
Maybe I've dated her.
We'll get to that in a minute, because you brought up a point. You posted something, and I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. But we're gonna jump on to another topic. Irv Gotti.
Yes.
Irv Gotti was back in the media again. Irv Gotti says that he's having a hard time finding a woman in her 20s that doesn't want his money.
Well, he's a sugar daddy.
Budha, hold on, because me and Irv about the same age, I think. Give or take.
So the reason I chuckle, one, you looking for a 20-year-old. So I don't know what the hell you expect.
I'm sorry, in their 20s. Women
Regardless.
in their 20s.
And at a 20-year-old?
I'm just saying, okay.
Okay. And two, I bet he's looking for an American one, too.
Yeah. He wants an American 20-year-old. You think Irv Gotti should be a passport, bro?
He probably is. And
If he was smart,
but
because he's basically saying that everybody knows who he is and they know he has money. So why not go somewhere who don't really know you?
I mean,
And
they'll
work
know
from
he
there.
has money.
Not like that, they won't.
Yeah.
the way he lives travels.
But I'm just saying, it'll be different.
But on top of that, yeah, American women in the age group ain't
Really?
really gonna fuck with you like that.
Because I always assumed, just the attention a woman gets from being around Irv Gotti is enough for her to want to deal with Irv Gotti. I mean, you could be a bum-ass IG model or something. You still cute or whatever, and you can fuck with Irv and get your followers up.
I've always thought.
And get a nice
And
purse.
this is because I've never had money like that. But I've always thought that just because you had money, why you think these chicks is fucking with you?
Yeah, Irv is what, in his
They don't think you
50s?
dope like that. Now, if you a broke nigga and chicks is rocking with you, then I'm like, yeah, I like that. That dude.
Irv got a mirror. He knows what he looks like. He knows he.
But when you have money like that and you live that type of lifestyle and you deal with these certain type of women that come along with this lifestyle, what you think they looking for?
Yeah, they're looking for attention, really.
And security.
Yeah.
And that bag.
But really, if you ain't got no game, I could understand. I mean, you going to shell out money regardless.
When you got money, how much game do you need?
Well,
How much game you need when you got money?
Well, apparently some, if you complaining about that's all they want, there ain't one dumb 20-year-old he can dupe. Come on, man. These are 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
These are girls who go, he said he loved me.
Yeah, the social media. One thing about social media is it always rears its head. And last year, Irv, came out as being super corny when he got on the Ashanti thing.
Oh, yeah,
talking
he was
about her.
corny with that.
So now everybody, or at least a lot of women, know he going to talk. Ain't nobody going to look.
But he still smashed Ashanti.
Nevertheless, but nobody is going to put themselves out there for free knowing that you
That's still an
possibly-
accomplishment.
Oh, it is.
He smashed her when she had sideburns. But that's still an accomplishment.
It is, but now
That wasn't current Ashanti.
But you can't. That's like the Al Bundy in life. That's like the cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Like you can't live in the past. Yeah, you smashed Ashanti when she had sideburns, but now those days are over.
Oh yeah, those days have been over, especially music wise. He ain't out there like that, or at least in the music.
Like you and them, you are get ready to hit them sugar daddy years, my guy. And
Yeah,
they know that you got sugar.
Yeah.
So no,
He got to break bread.
these young girls is not going to, be naive to the fact that you got money and stuff like that. Date women in your own age range that make money.
I
like you
kind of blame him. I don't blame him for not doing that.
I'm just saying, if you're going to complain about what you're getting, then you're going to have to change your fishing spot. You're fishing in the wrong hole, obviously.
Yeah, and Irv is beefing with Fat Joe too.
But because Fat Joe called him on his
sucker.
foolishness, that's what a real man will do. Fat Joe called him a sucker because he was on some sucker shit. Mm-hmm. So it is what it is. He'll be all right.
I want Fat. Do you think Fat Joe smash? What's love?
Look,
No, seriously.
as we get older, and
Didn't Fat Joe do a couple songs with Ashanti?
I believe so, but as we get older, I believe that a lot of people had some
I know I'm just
Run-ins.
being messy. But
run-ins with each other that haven't came out. It's just there's those.
if you was Fat Joe, would you try to smash Ashanti? Like, yo, ma, this is our third song together.
Was that even a question? Ashanti in her prime, Ashanti days?
Well,
like-
Ashanti's, I think, what is her real prime? Because she's looking righteous now, and she wasn't looking like that
So
back
you're
then.
saying she in her prime now?
I don't know. I'm not. Well, no, just age disqualifies her for that period. But
Because right now she's.
Yeah, but I
she's-
mean-
she's probably a 10.5 right
yeah,
now.
she wasn't
Right
looking
now.
like that during
She
the early
wasn't.
days.
Like she was probably like a 10.
Yeah.
In the early days, she was a strong 10. Now she's a 10.5. Surprisingly,
Yeah, she
Ashanti
bad.
look great right now. Whew. So I can see why Irv acts like he does, but it's just don't go to the camera with it.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You can
Oh,
be,
yeah.
You could be emotional by yourself. Yeah, there's a lot of guys who have smashed something and they miss it a lot. You know what I'm saying? They miss it a lot, but they don't come out with it.
Yeah, I mean, they keep it to
Yeah, they
themselves.
keep it to themselves. It's like, okay, I'm devastated that she's still fine and I lost her and I think about her all the time. And
But
I'm
Nelly's
unhappy
with
in
her.
my marriage right now because isn't Irv married or was
Yeah,
married?
was married.
Or
See,
something?
I don't understand what he's complaining about. He had an opportunity to live a normal life with, I guess, a woman.
Stop. An opportunity. He had a great opportunity
Yeah.
to get whatever woman you wanted and basically have that life.
But
But
you got to make sure she's the right one. You got to make sure she can cook.
well, can we say this? Was Ashanti the right one and you let her slip?
I don't know.
The way he acted.
All he
she
did was smash. He didn't say she cooked a good steak or anything like that. I didn't hear
So
anything.
he still acted like this, and all he did.
It
was-
could have
she
been
had
some
to do
good
something
ass.
else. She had to do something else.
I mean, she could be great in bed.
Maybe she was doing the Kegels. Who knows?
I
yeah.
don't know, but that boy's still open 20 years later.
She was fucking him and singing "What's Love." What's up?
And now he's like, "Where's the love?"
Yeah.
That's what
I thought he
was.
was. Nah, he was just trying to gain attention off of the fact that he smashed Ashanti. I don't blame him for that though, because that's a monumentous
It's been
thing.
a lot of Nick. The COVID era brought a lot of pillow talking niggas ass out. That's all it did. The niggas got the pillow talking in the COVID era.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and do a topic switch. Dub ain't put it up there, hater, but I'm gonna still bring it up anyway because it's our show and I want to talk about it.
What?
So somehow on social media over the week, MJ and R. Kelly verses came to mind,
Oh,
and
I didn't even think it was worth discussing. It's MJ.
I know you didn't. But then my question is this:
What?
would he get swept? Is
Who,
that
R.
worth the
Kelly? No,
discussion?
R. Kelly is not
Kelly
getting
would not get
swept against anybody, but that doesn't mean he's not capable of being beat. I think he's the greatest of the R&B music of his generation, but I think like Stevie and Smokey and some of the old time greats could beat him with their songs.
I don't know about Smoke.
Yeah,
Stevie will smoke him.
Yeah, that's
Stevie
what I'm
will
saying.
Smoke him.
Stevie
Smokey.
is God tier now that Michael's gone and James Brown too.
Stevie will smoke.
That's what I'm
him.
saying.
You said Mary J couldn't do it. I thought Mary J would be the closest out of anybody that could possibly
She could beat him in a dance contest.
give Cal a little competition. MJ might, Mary J. Blige, not Michael Jackson. Mary J. Blige might have been possibly, she could get, she could win, possibly, not saying for sure.
Crispy chicken. I always think of that song whenever you bring up Mary J. Blige. That was a very low point in her career.
I mean, marry that chick, though.
Yeah.
She got a lot
What
of
if she
hits.
brings that song to the verses? Because it does resonate. Yeah, she just bust out singing it.
Is Versus dead? Is it
Yeah,
over?
it should
Well,
be. The COVID's over.
Isn't that Versus next month with Jermaine Dupri and
Oh, Puffy?
yes.
Oh, I completely forgot about
Yes,
that.
that's next month. Did we say who was winning again? Just to
Jermaine Dupri.
you got JD. Fuck it, I'm going with Diddy.
Oh, God.
Diddy got hits. Like
I
he
didn't say he ain't got hits, but JD, when you look at his hits,
Come on now, Diddy got hits too.
I ain't say Diddy didn't have hits. I said JD got more hits.
Diddy come through for your boy. We're definitely going to be watching now. Diddy definitely. Come
JD
through
has
for-
a wide. I mean,
wider-
JD has a wider variety of hits
Yeah.
too.
Puffy just talks over his tracks. JD sometimes He tried it, but it doesn't sound
Puffy,
as
bring it home, bro.
You know,
Just so I
that's the
can
real
tell
difference
people
I
that
noticed
shit
as I'm older is that Diddy, like when I was a teenager listening to Bad Boy, I always thought it was cool how Diddy was in and out the track. Now as an adult, I listen to it, I'm like, that shit is mad annoying.
fucking tracks up.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
tracks up
he really did fuck the tracks up.
Fucking tracks up since fucking the
I
early
completely
2000s.
forgot about it because, like I said, I thought Diddy was the coolest nigga on earth when I was a teenager.
It was a time where you thought I'm gonna tell you when I thought Diddy was the coolest nigga on earth. When he had them bottles clanking in that video for flavor in your like,
And everybody
this
was doing
nigga
them
the coolest
stupid
nigga in the
dances.
world.
Yeah.
This nigga the coolest nigga in the world.
That's when I thought he was cool.
Yeah, that's
so I forgave him for doing all that shit, but now I listen to it as an adult. I'm like, damn, this nigga really don't shut the fuck up. Do you ever be screaming at Diddy to shut the fuck up in the song, knowing he don't hear you?
I'll say this though.
What?
He has a classic album.
Oh, he got Diddy and the Family.
Yeah,
How much of the work did he put in?
Regardless of who it is, Diddy got a classic. This is the album I want to ask you about. We always give him flack, pick at him, stuff like that. Is Flav's album a classic?
Flav who?
Flavor Flav.
What album?
911's a joke.
That's not. Well, Fear of a Black Planet is a classic.
No. Flav had an album, I believe.
Well, if we don't know the title of it, it's obviously not a classic. Damn. If you got to Google it, it's not a classic.
Might be right. Jesus.
Flavor Flav. Yo, did you hear that song he did like a couple of years ago where he was singing with the auto-tune? And I don't know if he's still trying to troll us with it.
Because
It was pretty horrible.
did he have an album? I thought he had.
Well, if he had an album out and you can't remember the name of it, it's definitely not in the classic realm. I can't even think of a song.
Yeah,
from
class. 911's a joke. What you mean?
That's on a
class. Where you think that You Can't See Me came from? 911's a joke. Yes.
Okay, he's like the greatest hype man in hip hop history. I'll give you that.
Over Spliff?
Yes, Flavor Flav invented the hype man. He invented the hype man.
I wouldn't have gave you an argument a couple of years ago.
I'm not saying Spliff Star ain't up there. He's like the Kobe.
But the
hype man.
But the rap along with Busta though, like I mean, like come
I ain't
on,
say
like,
that. I'm just saying Flavor Flav set the precedent.
He did set the precedent, but the
He's
rap
what is he? The
along
Dr.
with
J of
Busta?
hype men? Did he walk so Spliff Star could run?
But the rap along with Busta, like just to keep up with Busta rapping.
I
like
rap
Busta
along
rapping.
with Busta when he's on the radio.
Oh, man. Shout out Bo.
I've seen white girls rap with Busta on karaoke.
Yeah. Shout out Bust and shout out Flav and
I give
Spliff
Flav
for
props,
being
but I mean, I don't.
ass fucking. They don't have those no more.
What?
Hype men.
Yeah, they do.
Not worthwhile hype men. Not name one.
I don't know them by name, but most rappers when they appear on stage now, like the Ice Spices and stuff, they have somebody on stage with them being a hype man.
Could you tell me an Ice Spice song because I don't think
No.
I've heard one.
I don't know. A
But
Munch.
she sold.
I just know the title.
Okay, I think I've heard that one. But she sold so much, and I'm
Did
just
she?
like, she's the #1 selling artist, I believe, in the country.
And she's the 50th greatest rapper from New York.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
I don't either.
I don't believe that. 50 greatest rappers from New York and Ice Spice landed on the list. I don't believe that. Can't put stock into that one. Before we get into our topics, I got one more. Halle Berry getting ready to pay another white guy some money.
Oh, yeah.
Halle Berry getting ready to break bread with another white guy again.
Love that pink dick.
Britney Spears. I was talking about Britney Spears last week, always giving away her damn money. Everybody got money, a hand in her pockets. Halle the same way. Halle like giving away all her money.
Oh, yeah. She's basically giving away her money. How much is she paying? It's like $8,000 a month in child support for joint custody of the son with her ex-husband, I guess, Oliver Martinez. And that's after 8 years of divorce.
Okay, I've seen this debated on social media. How do you feel about a man collecting child support?
I don't have a problem with it just because women do it, but that's not the issue. The issue is Holly thought the other side was really going to be better.
I mean, if he got to take care of the child, then he definitely needs support. That's what
I mean, Holly Berry got a lot of money. I don't know what her pockets is, but I know she's definitely, she can afford it. And hey, this is what happens when you date down. But I mean, realistically, she has to date down because men of her stature don't want her.
Halle Berry been in and out the ringer for a minute since David Justice.
But see, that's the disparity. See what you had to
days.
do to be black to get to Halle Berry. You had to be in the major leagues. You had to have an established R&B career. You had to be an established actor. But to get it as a white man, you just have to be white. That's it.
That's usually how it works for white guys.
She just dropped all standards when it came to the white guys. She's like, does your dick work? Yeah, okay. She wants to breed the black out.
Well, Halle's paying a little bit more money out to somebody
That's
else.
two white men. And she can't complain either. You don't have a right to complain, Holly. You knew what it was when you got with him.
Well, not even you knew what it was. It's just that's the way love goes. It wasn't that the Janet Jackson song. That's the way love goes sometimes.
You know what I've always wondered? When she goes through all this shit, what does Dave Justice say? Like, yo, Dave Justice be like, God damn, again, bitch?
But see, you don't see Dave Justice always sitting there like Irv Gotti talking about
Yeah,
how great
I know,
it,
but
like,
I'm just saying.
Amazing with it, like,
Because it's like Dave Justice married her, right? And he never had a kid with her, nothing. It was a clean break. And you just go.
Because David Justice, wasn't he breaking his foot off in her ass?
Oh, he was beating her? I thought that was Wesley Snipes, allegedly.
And these are all alleged, but I thought that David Justice was.
I didn't hear about that.
I could be wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I don't want to spread
I gotta
that rumor
Google
if it's
it.
not right. But I thought that was kind of what was going on between him and Halle Berry. That's why they split. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. I don't want to be right over something like that anyway. But I think that was why it was. I'm not sure, though. And I want to be wrong.
Oh, no, you're right. She said allegedly physically abused by her ex-partner.
Well, I don't want to be right about that, but I believe that's what it was about when him and.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't condone men hitting women, so. Damn, Dave Justice.
Yes.
Did he beat his other women?
I don't. See, the thing about dudes that beat chicks,
Yes.
they beat chicks.
Oh, I don't know because I don't beat women.
I've known one guy. I'm not,
Dave said he allegedly never hit her.
but he used to be tough with his chicks. He used to be tough with them, and with all of them. It didn't matter which one it was. He was tough with all of them. That's just, that's just how some guys are. I couldn't be me though.
Well, Dave Justice actually remarried after that, and then he had a bunch of kids.
So,
yeah.
I dropped a little surprise on my brother. We're fresh off the party. If
Damn
y'all
sure it
missed
did.
it,
Fuck my whole
y'all
nap
How
up
was
and
the party?
everything.
If y'all missed the party, y'all
I
missed
was
the
out of
great
town.
time.
That shit was dope.
Yeah,
And
the
it
party was dope, and he was hammered. Oh,
Why ain't y'all live stream it? I could have watched it at the crib.
Now. Let me give a shout out to my man B.D.U.B, who was in the house. I hadn't seen EA in years. Looking good, my guy. But yes, I hit my brother with some late birthday present.
What'd you get him?
What I got you, Budha? What we doing Saturday? Budha?
What's happening Saturday?
I think the podcast is postponed next week. I'm not sure yet.
What are y'all doing?
We might be out of luck. We're gonna have to see because Dub sent me something else today that I wasn't happy about. It's supposed to be a storm next week.
Yeah,
I don't give a
hurricane.
fuck.
Nah,
think I
nigga, you
would
better
give a
give a
fuck?
fuck. You
Dude,
ain't-
no, the fuck.
Well, can y'all tell me? Can y'all stop?
Next Saturday, we will be in Charlotte, North
the QC,
Carolina,
Bank of
attending Bank of America Stadium, attending the North Carolina Tar Heels versus the South Carolina Gamecocks game. Yes,
Go
we
Cox.
will be in the building. Go Cox. So you heard it here
Pause.
first. If you see us in the queue, you ain't really see us.
That's the only sports team you got to yell pause after. That's too much. I can't root for no Cox.
And see, if I was really thinking, I should have waited until the show to tell him. I wanted, because that would have really been dope. But when I got the information, I just couldn't. I had to tell him like, "Yo, we going to the game next week."
I mean, that's dope.
We going to the game next week.
So there might not be a show. So to make up for it,
I didn't say that because you could have access here to get in, and if Kyle show up, or you can do it solo dolo, however you want.
No, we need a woman in here.
Or if we can find somebody, but Saturday we're going to be in Charlotte. Like,
Okay.
Storm or not.
Okay.
And that's how we're going to start out the sports segment. Because football season is upon us now.
Oh yeah.
And I was watching. I watch anything football related. When it's the first week, it ain't really. But they did have South Carolina State playing Jackson State. Jackson State was dragging South Carolina State all through the damn stadium. But the bands were amazing. The bands were amazing. Jackson State band is dope as hell, honestly. College football, like I say, is getting started this week, really next week, but it started this week. I'm expecting my Gamecocks. I'm going to go ahead and give a prediction for this season. Y'all are going to look at me like I'm crazy after I say this, but I believe that the Gamecocks are going to go 9-3 this year. I believe that we will take a loss to Georgia, probably take a loss to Texas A&M. That Clemson game is iffy.
Y'all gonna lose to Clemson.
We beat Clemson last year.
But y'all are gonna lose to them this year.
And I'm gonna throw this out here now.
What's that?
I believe that Spencer Rattler will be a Heisman candidate.
Oh, shit.
As crazy as that sounds,
That's crazy.
I believe that Spencer Rattler will be a Heisman candidate.
It's very crazy.
Now, let's get into pro football.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody saw, but the Dallas Cowboys have made a trade.
Yeah, I saw the trade.
They traded for
who?
Trey Lance.
Oh no,
the quarterback from San Francisco. Now
Dak's in trouble.
That was my first thought. Dak in trouble. He better be
amazing.
To get injured. But Trey Lance ain't really had the greatest preseason either in San Francisco.
What was his numbers looking like?
Sad. They were like, they don't know why they drafted him. But the thing about Trey Lance that is different is San Francisco gave up, I believe it was 3 first-round picks for this guy that they just traded. And the picks turned out to be, one was Devontae Smith, the kid from the Eagles. One of the picks happened to be Micah Parsons.
Oh, no.
So with the picks you gave up for Trey Lance and now you traded him away, failure. Super failure. No ring or nothing. Super failure. So, yes, NFL season starts in
my Commanders are going to run shit. We got the best offensive coach in the game. And we got an all-black coaching staff.
Is Ron Rivera black?
Well, I mean, minus.
Minus the head coach.
Yeah.
As much as I want to believe that y'all are going to be good this year,
we are.
I don't. I believe the Giants have taken some steps. I believe that. I believe the Cowboys might have taken a step back.
Oh, they always take a step back.
We'll see.
Yeah, they always take a step back. But I just been following the Commanders. I have not been following football yet, and I don't know who to root for in college football because I used to root for Maryland.
Come on, because if the Gamecocks ever
I'm not rooting for Cox.
Gamecocks ever win the national title, boy, you are going to see a party like nothing you've ever seen in your life. They party hard when they beat Clemson. So if they actually ever want something worthwhile, boy.
No, because, I used to root for Maryland, the Terrapins, but they left the ACC, and I just haven't rooted for them since.
Maryland ain't nothing good coming to Maryland until they come back to the ACC.
I know,
but now college football is in so much disarray because all these teams are leaving the conference that they were in. I believe like the
Why are they doing it?
Money.
Oh,
money.
Oh,
I believe like there's only 4 teams left in the Pac-12. It used to be Pac-12 or 16. All those teams left and went to the Big 12. All the teams from Oklahoma and Texas from the Big 12 are coming to the SEC next year.
Yes.
Like, it's all about money now.
Okay.
TV
So it's
deals.
just a cash grab.
Oh, it's always been a cash grab. But now, since they letting the kids get a little bit money, they got to figure out a way to supplement the kids getting some money. So it's really a cash grab now.
Yeah, sounds like one.
Boy,
Cooper Flag.
Nah, I'm gonna hit whatchamacallit before I get the Cooper Flag. James Harden.
Oh yeah.
Go. Nigga, go. Because it's all about money.
Well, he's got plenty of money. He wants a or he should strive for a championship.
How much did Saudi Arabia offer this man to come play
$900 million.
Bye. Look.
Okay, he can go, but he's in the twilight of his prime. I mean, if he don't care, he can get it. He can get that generational
What are you
money.
shooting for? You want to get off the Sixers to go to a team that probably isn't going to have a chance to win a ring.
The Rocket, he want to go back to Houston, don't he?
Does Houston have a chance to win a ring?
They could.
Go to Saudi Arabia and get that $900 million. If you're not trying to get a ring, there's $900 million on the table
That he should be getting.
that you could go get because, like you say, teams ain't going to pay you this kind of money. Nobody going to give you $900 million.
And it's for one season,
Yeah.
so he could do that and come back to the NBA.
If it's that serious and you really want to be out of Philly that bad, I'd go play for $900 million for 1 year.
Yeah. Well, he's already got generational wealth, so I guess this is generational wealth. His great
$900
grand.
million, that's generational wealth.
That nigga should be a Rockefeller after that.
Another topic switch. We'll stay on basketball and then I got another one. Did anybody see Cooper Flag
No,
at the Rucker?
I heard he can jump.
I mean, he's tall as hell, but this dropped 53. I believe it's the most ever scored at Rucker Park. Like, and he has a dunk. You remember the dunk Dr. J had the pose at the Rucker Park pose? I believe that this Cooper Flag kid, the dunk he has, this is going to be an iconic picture too because it just looks that good. And the boy going to Duke. The boy going to Duke to be with who's the other white kid they got down there that was killing last year? Yeah, him. Yeah. So Duke is going to be highly formidable this year.
Oh, so Cooper's going to
It
Duke.
was like Kapowski or some
Yeah,
shit.
something like that. Those two are going to
Filipowski.
They're going to be a problem. They're going to be a huge problem down in Durham. That boy could play. Did you see the picture I showed?
Yeah, I saw the photo. I haven't seen the clip.
Did you see the picture of my boy flying through the air looking like Dr. J, the white version of Dr. J? Like, it was crazy. But if he was getting buckets. But, you know, how tough is the competition at the Rucker? Is it going to be ACC tough? We'll see. Mm-hmm. What else did I have up here?
What?
Oh, before we get off of sports, Messi.
What about him?
Is setting the MLS on fire.
Wow.
What do you mean? Okay, I believe how many games has Messi played right now? Maybe 9, maybe 10, 11. He has 5 goals. That's the most in MLS history in that short of a span. Every time he gets on the field, on the pitch, he scores. Like, he's really that freaking good. Like, he's really that good. And it's crazy to see that he's playing in the United States. But since we're on soccer and in this segment of sports off on this note, did y'all hear about Spain, the women's team?
Touchy, feely.
When he forcefully kissed that woman.
Yes.
And they refused to play until
yes.
he resigned.
He was grabbing all over them chicks.
I was looking at the picture. It's a lot of excitement to be had.
He was kissing the shit out.
You just won the World Cup. You can get a little bit. You were kissing the shit out that one. And it almost looked like he wanted to throw some tongue on the girl. But they said that they're not playing until he is fired. I believe that FIFA has suspended Rubiales, I believe his name is, for that event.
He should be.
He should be. Like, if the women say, if the woman said that she did not want to kiss you, then she didn't want to kiss you, and we have to take her word for it, even if it looked like, you know, it was a mutual kiss.
I don't understand why you would kiss somebody in that moment anyway, unless you're trying to be a pervert.
It's a lot of emotion going on.
Nah, that nigga was trying to be a pervert.
As many times as women have won championships, have you ever heard of anything like this before? Like the guy.
How did the woman look that he kissed? Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, she bad.
She bad.
Okay. So then it was pre-planned. He's like, I'm gonna move in. Yeah.
I want to say that he did this. He had this planned already. I'm not going to, and he wanted to do it. So I figured this was my opportunity, and I'm going to go ahead and go in for it. And he's got fired for that. Better luck next time. Okay. 3 toppings on a hot dog. What are they?
I don't know. I like Chicago dogs, which have a bunch of shit on them.
3 toppings. 3.
Okay, I'll do mustard, sauerkraut, and motherfucker. That's all I want. Mustard and sauerkraut.
You just taking 2?
And onion. I can have diced
Sauerkraut and onion aren't like I kind of like figuring the same and stuff like that. What you got, Buddha?
Mustard blended all together.
3
chili,
onions.
That's good too.
I think I'm just doing chili and I'm not doing no goddamn queso.
Nacho cheese.
I don't do cheese on
I'm
hot
not doing
dogs.
queso.
I don't do cheese on hot dogs for some reason. I just don't like cheese on my hot dogs.
I'm trying to think what I do, the relish or what I just leave it like.
See, I'm thinking old school like relish, mustard, and ketchup. Like real like.
But nah, see, because
You
you're
don't
going
put
to want
ketchup on
the
no
chili
damn
and
hot
onions.
dog.
You're going to want them chili and onions.
You remember Bill's
Yes.
hot dog? Wasn't no damn ketchup on
At
Bill's
all.
hot
That's
dog.
what I'm saying. You heard I
It
just
was
said chili,
mustard,
onion.
chili, and onions. That's it. And best hot dog in the world. I might go mustard, chili, and onions. You right.
Man, you said
You don't
want
want to drown it. You don't want to drown it for no reason.
Come on, bro.
Dub over here slandering the young woman.
I'm not slandering her, but y'all said she was bad.
I didn't say she was bad. I said she wasn't ugly.
She wasn't ugly.
And remember, this is fresh off a damn game.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
she has a female partner.
A lot of them have female partners, Dub. What
I
is
said
you
a lot of
saying?
them do. What are you
is
saying?
I didn't know.
Like, a lot of them have female partners.
Y'all said she was bad, and I was.
All right. Topic switch.
All right.
A comedian you don't find funny.
Steve Harvey.
Like my cousin DJ, shout out DJ, said, it's just amazing that he would be the one that asked that question. But I'm not going to hit Steve Harvey.
I'm thinking it's DL.
That was
DL
my
is
choice.
funny.
I'm thinking DL, yo, because I done seen DL last few times he came to Raleigh and everything, and I
You weren't impressed?
bruh.
I don't think
And
DL's
he
funny. I
recycled
think he
jokes,
says
too.
good stuff. I think he
like
says
to stand
great
up.
stuff. But when it comes to delivering jokes, I don't think so. Especially against who he was against. Like even Steve Harvey was funnier than DL Hughley to me. Steve Harvey kind of funny. He has his moments. Kevin Hart be pushing the envelope.
I think
sometimes.
Tiffany Haddish is unfunny.
She's not funny.
Yeah.
She's not funny at all. Mo funny. Monique have her moments of being funny.
She's just loud and abrasive.
S'more's funny.
Yeah,
I think
S'more's
S'more's
hilarious.
funny. Who's the Asian chick? I think she's kind of funny too.
Ali Wong.
Wu or something.
Woo.
I think Wong or something. Yeah, she's funny as hell.
She lost me. Her first special was funny, but her second one was just graphic.
Joy Coy's first special was funny.
Yeah.
He was super funny. Dan Cook.
No.
Not at all.
Not at all. Funny.
Not at all funny. And he has so many people at
I
those
know, he
shows,
was
and
like-
he's just not funny at all.
He was never funny.
Growing up, I used to watch. You know that's when they used to show like when they did the comedy events, they were taped there.
Yeah.
And I'd be looking at Dice's shows.
Yeah.
He was funny. Andrew Dice Clay was a funny dude.
Yeah, he had his moments.
He was a funny dude.
You know, somebody who was really funny was Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield was funny. I was just watching the movie he did the other night, the one where back to school where he's swimming and stuff like that. Yeah, I watched that the other night. Rodney Dangerfield's a funny dude.
A funny nigga is Sinbad.
Yeah,
He's underrated funny.
Sinbad's the original
criminally
funny.
Underrated funny. Like he's had
because
some,
he don't curse. That's why a lot of people
don't take him serious.
And he didn't do
doesn't
the
curse
normal
like that.
comedian circuit in the '90s, like Def Jam and shit like that. He didn't want to piss off Cosby. Cosby was the one who opened up the lane for him.
But Sinbad is criminally underrated.
Yeah.
What about Cat?
Oh, Cat's hilarious to me.
I know who you like. Corey.
Oh, of course. Corey Holcomb is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Who are some of the new ones that are funny that are out?
I'm trying to think.
85 South.
See, I like Ali Sadiq.
Yeah, I think he's a phenomenal
He's
storyteller.
a funny guy too. Roy Woods is funny.
Yeah.
Roy Woods is
Now,
funny.
Roy Woods
Somebody
is
else who
somebody
doesn't get a lot of
to
credit
see.
is Akintunde. Akintunde is funny as shit too.
Akintunde's funny. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember his jokes, and I just.
But yeah, Roy Woods is funny.
Yeah, I watch Roy Woods.
I never thought Mike Epps was funny like that.
Nah,
He was funnier in movies than doing
Yeah.
stand up.
but he's gotten a little better at stand up.
Marlon kind of surprised me.
Who? No, you
You
know.
don't think Marlon funny like that?
It wasn't all that. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't all that. Now my boy is Lavelle Crawford.
Lavelle funny.
Yes, he is
Lavelle is.
I
super
saw
funny.
the 5 comedians that came to PNC Arena, and Tony Rock kills every set. I mean, in a good way. Mm-hmm. Tony Rock, I saw him first when I was in L.A. at the Comedy Union.
Is he possibly funnier than his brother?
He is.
Oh.
Chris Rock said it himself. I mean, what I think Chris Rock is he does more political, social commentary. So,
Well, it's just
Tony Rock is just straight jokes. He doesn't do what Chris Rock does.
And Chris's name is bigger. So that.
Well,
that's
I mean,
another
that's
thing.
why. But I mean, in terms of actual funny, I do think Tony Rock is a little more accessible than Chris. But I like Chris better, personally.
Chris he's had his moments with me. Like, you know, the Will Smith Chris Rock thing is in the past now. When I look back on Chris Rock's movies, like CB4 will always be funny.
Yeah,
to me.
that's classic.
Like CB4 will always be funny.
Coming straight out of low cash.
What was the one where him and Bernie Mac were in when he was going for
Oh, yeah,
president?
the head of state.
That was pretty
hilarious.
funny. What else?
I like Chris Rock's movies. I even watched Pootie Tang.
Good Hair was all right. Pootie Tang was funny.
Yeah. He just never had commercial success, but I didn't think his movies were terrible or bad.
Top 5 was all right.
Yeah, Top 5 to me was overrated. Like, he tried his best to make something good, and it didn't work.
Top 5 was all right. Now, since you touched on it earlier, we're going to touch on it now.
Okay.
You said something about the dates you've been on as of late. You met a lot of black women that aren't really or don't come off as they like black men.
Oh, yeah. I met a lot of, well, I mean, this has been a trend for the past few years, so it's nothing new. But yeah, I met quite a bit of black women that have been on that Candace Owens shit where they take all the frustrations they've had from previous black men out on, you know, whoever they're fucking with now. So
See, a lot of people don't know how to start fresh in
yeah, they carry that shit.
A lot of people carry a lot of excess baggage on the things that have no business being there and already complicate a relationship before it really even gets started.
Yeah. That's why, you know, niggas like to date young. It's not because we necessarily perverts. It's just younger women have a more positive outlook on life, and they're a little bit more cooperative in terms of they don't have a lot of baggage. I'll put it like that. And people think it's about grooming and shit, and it's like, not really.
Okay. And see, like I say, a lot of people, like, because I see yours is different because you, like I say, you don't have any kids. So you're going about things a different route than a lot of other guys would go about it.
Well, how would other guys go about it?
See, like, you know, like, would you date somebody with kids?
Nah.
Okay. First of all, a lot of other guys would probably date.
I mean, and I would if I had kids. That's why.
But that's why I'm saying you go about things a little bit different because you don't have
But
kids.
here's the thing. There are women my age without kids. You know a statistic I just found out?
Okay, let's run this one down then.
Okay.
Because I've heard, and I'm just going off of what I heard, but I heard that women without kids, especially our age, you're a little bit younger than me.
Yeah.
But at that age, it's something wrong with them.
Well, what do you mean? Something wrong with them physically or mentally? Or both?
Possibly both.
Oh, well, I mean, there's a possibility, but there's also a possibility that they just can't carry life in their toxic ass body.
You know, I'm not going to say all that, but I'm just saying it's true that they it's been made where they can't carry. But, I've dated both, women with kids, women without. Women without kids are selfish. I just
women with kids are selfish.
No, women with kids are more lenient because they know sacrifice. A woman, she knows she has to do. She doesn't have all the time a woman without kids has. A woman without kids has all the free time in the world after
All
work,
the
things of stuff like that. As in a woman with kids, she doesn't have that. She doesn't have all that free time. She has to go around the schedule. So, I kind of rock better, even though I know like some real cool chicks without kids. The chicks I know with kids, I rock a little bit better with because they got kids, and to me, they understand a little.
It's because you
more.
got kids.
Exactly. So they
see when you're dealing with a woman without kids, you're taking her away from a nigga like me, and you feel bad about it. So you.
I do. That's why I wish children on you and another one of my brothers. Shout out my boy Champ. Like as soon as y'all can get to him, so y'all can feel.
See, the issue is I need to stop dating black women that hate black men. That's my problem.
And there's a lot of black women out there that love black men.
Oh, they love them, but I'm not their psychiatrist or their therapist. It's not okay to start ranting to me about shit.
I think
shit I didn't do. I don't like that.
Let me run this down real quick because I think there's a fine line with that. Like I know how you feel when you say that because sometimes I'd be like, I am not your therapist. You're hitting me with so much information that I'm like, you might need to talk to somebody.
Please don't expect a logical answer from me.
And that somebody is not me.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't. I don't have the answers to provide you for whatever this problem is. This is something that you need to sit down.
You need Jesus and a therapist.
That you need to sit on somebody's couch and talk to them about that get paid for this. Not saying I don't care.
It's just I don't know how to listen.
I kind of might not care, and they get paid to care and listen.
It'd be fucked up because I ain't do nothing to you. If I did something to you, I would be more open-minded to like listening. But it's like,
is that my fault?
That's how I be feeling.
That's what I come across sometimes too. Is
like, damn, I ain't even do shit.
Or if it doesn't involve me in some way,
I know I ain't gave you mental scars. Yeah,
I'm a little turned off, and I'm not really paying you any attention.
Yeah, I can't. It's okay. See, that's how niggas supposed to handle shit. Cause I've heard the niggas
you
ain't
laughing,
shit.
But dude, like
I've heard niggas ain't shit, but you different. I've heard that from women.
I be in the middle of conversation sometimes asking myself, how the fuck did I get here? Like how the fuck did you get here in the middle?
You're not supposed to be here.
How'd you get here in this middle of this conversation? Sometimes
Deborah Gamecocks.
You said what?
Deborah Gamecocks.
Deborah Cox. Deborah Cox. No. Who? How'd you get? Nobody's supposed to be here. That's Deborah Cox.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
Yeah, I found myself in conversations sometimes that I'm like, if I get out of it, I swear to God, I'm not going to get back in this conversation again. I'm so done with
the lie detector test determined that is a lie.
Look, I'm so dead ass. If I ever get out of this conversation, I won't even breach this topic again. I will stay so far away from this topic from now on. Won't even have it. What else you got, B?
Okay, we can discuss Glorilla. You saw that, right? So I know I'm not the only one who saw what she had to say.
I feel sorry for this generation of guys.
Yes.
Not only do you have to figure out if it's a woman, but then once you figure out it's a woman, then the chick going to be acting if she got any damn sense about herself at all. Because for some reason, Glorilla, what did she say? Like
Glorilla encourages young women to be toxic in their 20s. Says women should be toxic in their 20s. Hell, you might not make it to your 30s if you're too toxic.
Dealing with some of these niggas, some
Yep.
of these unstable,
Homotional.
some of these unstable ass niggas, you definitely might not. But like I said, I just feel sorry for young men nowadays because it's so much you have to deal with. Dealing with these, you
got to
some of
deal
these
with
shades.
rappers like Sexy Red and Sukiana and Glorilla telling women on to do ratchet, horrible shit.
We sit here and I'm gonna hit the music aspect of this. I can't, as a man, ride around listening to none of that stuff.
Me neither.
Like it's just not possible. And people be like, you don't support. I support it.
I can't support. No,
I mean, I'd be like, it's all right, but you're not going to catch me riding around.
You
listening to that type of music.
listening to F&F last year when it was
No, I wasn't listening to that. But now I'm going back to when I was growing up. And what females did you listen to growing up? Rap wise,
MC Light. I remember Salt and Pepper.
Albums or just they happen to be a song.
Okay, MC
you might have
Light. Yes,
played?
I did have the. I remember listening to the Light as a Rock album. Yes,
Light as a Rock album was tough.
and Little Kim's Hardcore. That
Queens.
I still say that's my favorite female hip hop album. I like it better than Lauryn Hill's.
I listened to Queen Latifah's album. I had her album.
Ooh,
But then it was a lot of songs
Lesbians
more
first.
than anything else. It wasn't albums. It was, oh, she got a hot song. Let me play this song.
Dirty Harriet. That was one of my favorite albums.
Oh yeah, Rod Digger.
Oh yeah.
Like Rod Digger and Erykah Badu. And
Well, Erykah Badu ain't a rapper.
Bahamadia.
The Bahamadia, yes. Bahamadia.
I like Bahamadia, but I could barely understand what she was saying because she raps so soft. I remember when she was on the Root song, to Put Your Lighters Up or whatever, on the Illadelph Half-Life album, and I could just like barely understand what she was saying.
Yo-Yo gave Yo-Yo a little play back in the day.
Yeah.
And
Mia
my girl
X,
Heather B.
Heather B.
All Glocks down.
Like,
Mia X.
that shit was on repeat. I used to put her shit on repeat.
Yeah, because Premier produced
My
it.
Type of Nigga.
Oh.
My Type of Nigga. That MOP and what you call it song. Yeah, My Type of Nigga.
Okay.
But I'm still out on female hip hop right now. But this is what we talked about last week, and I'm glad you're here. We're going to go ahead and
Go for it.
hip hop was never about charting. We always talk about charts,
It
but
wasn't, but
hip hop was never about charting.
Now it is. So, nigga, we
But
can't
the
say
best
that
music-
now.
But the best music was when it wasn't charting.
No, the best music was when it was charting. The best music hip hop wise was in the 90s, in my opinion. And it was charting. You can't flip the script now. You can't be like, okay, we're not charting now. We don't never want the shit.
But that's not what hip hop was founded off of.
It's
Remember,
not.
what was the
No
number-
music was ever founded off of success.
This is what I'm going to say, and this is what I stick to. When it comes to hip hop, especially back when we were growing up, what was the most successful thing a nigga could say? It wasn't about how many record sales I had. It was the streets know who I am.
Yeah.
The streets love me. And a lot of dudes had that
Street respect.
love.
And then they found out in the 90s that the streets respect don't pay the bills, and then they sold out.
But I don't think, like, that's why I'm not really
We
big
just got
on,
more hip to business. Or they
Yeah.
just got more hip to business. That's all it was. Like, you're right. Y'all are both right. Like, when I was doing music, it was like, the streets love this shit.
Yeah.
The charts couldn't even chart shit. But the streets, when we go do shows and all that, yo, man, that shit hot, blah, blah, blah. See you somewhere. Yo, man, I saw you. I remember you the rapping nigga, right? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, love that shit. But that shit don't pay bills.
Yeah,
a little bit
right.
of shows, they don't pay bills. The other shit was paying the bills.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess we're at a standstill. But hip hop is definitely going to chart.
Oh, they're not a standstill, nigga. These
Yeah.
niggas is eating now. They are capitalizing. They understand this music business for the most part. A lot of these niggas is eating. These shows that they get, they are eating.
Well, hip hop's about to definitely have a #1 album in at least the next 2-3 weeks because old boy jumping. Drake about to drop.
Oh,
Drake about to drop. That's
For all my dogs, or all the dogs.
Is that what it's called? For all my dogs.
For all the dogs.
That's the #1.
the one
album.
with his son drew the cover.
Yeah, the one where his son drew the cover. That's the #1 album. I can already tell you now, and it's going to do crazy numbers.
Okay, but I thought it wasn't founded on that, and it didn't matter.
It doesn't to me because Griselda don't chart.
Well, yeah.
Griselda barely hit the chart, but luckily I found out about him. That's why I'm like, to me, charting is good. I guess it came along with the popularity of the music, but
Well, you still got to make money off the shit to justify continuing to do it.
The love I had for it, charting wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Charting wasn't, they weren't rapping to make the charts. They were rapping to give you the best album they possibly could. Now,
And they were capturing moments too, nigga. Like you gotta
Now
understand, like when we were growing up, the music they were making it captured certain aspects of your life and shit like that. That's why I always laugh when people say, "Oh, music ain't got no influence on your life." You a lie.
Oh, yeah. Music is
Because
the soundtrack.
you gravitate to what it is.
I got albums that are the soundtrack to my life.
I mean,
yeah. I love music, and I always love music. And like I said last week, hip hop will never go anywhere. People say it's dying because it's not charting, but it's so many rappers out here nowadays that shit ain't ever going nowhere.
they only say it's dying because that shit don't have
And
a lot of
that's
passion
just like-
in it.
that's just
Everybody
like-
emo.
That's just like when you think about heavy metal used to chart like that. Grunge used to chart heavy. They, everybody has their time, and then it goes back to resetting again. And this is where hip hop's at. Like I told Budha last week, hip hop needs to have a reset, a hard reset.
I agree.
Go back to the
But it
beginning.
ain't going to.
It's not, but that's what it needs.
It ain't going to.
Yeah.
Because I'm even starting to get caught up in some of this shit now, nigga. Like, it's some little niggas out here I like, dog.
Look, you were the one who put me on F&F Chop. Like, I like that little dude.
There's
Like,
some little niggas out here. Like, I even like 42 Doug right now, nigga. I like 42
I'm
Doug.
looking at Doug.
I don't know.
Don't even know who the hell that is. I know you don't.
Doug. I've heard him. Well, I work with a bunch of kids, too. So,
I mean, if it's monotone rap, I'm not into it like that.
See, I think it's more like, I think it's like a voice. The flow of the, you know what I mean? Like, the cadence of the voice and the delivery. You know what I mean? And because it's like you could tell certain people are from certain places, and he has a certain draw or a certain accent where oh yeah, that's
I've been listening
that
to
little
EST.
nigga right there.
What is it? ESTG?
Yeah,
there's a couple of
Yeah.
all right cats out there. They're not
I'm not
awesome.
saying there aren't,
but
I don't know them. I don't listen to them.
all right, I ain't got nothing else. Man.
Me neither. We've had a great show.
We did have a great
Over
show.
90 minutes.
Shout out my girl Kelli Jo. We miss you, baby.
Yeah.
Well, we ain't gonna be here next week, so I was gonna say see you
Charlotte
next week,
with the
but
Harlots.
We gonna be in the QC next week for this North Carolina South Carolina game.
You
Go
had to tell wifey,
Gamecocks!
like, look. once in a lifetime, too.
I told people I was like,
Shit.
this what I'm
He
getting.
woke me up out my nap. I couldn't even be mad.
I knew when I was like, I told him when I called him, I was like, open your
He
message.
said, "Wake up, open your message."
He's like, I just see something, 2 tickets. We're going.
Don't even say shit. Just say 2 tickets. Don't say
going to the
nothing.
game
Just say
next
two
So are
week.
y'all spending the day there and coming back after the game? Or y'all?
Boy, if
I don't know.
I'll probably not come back till Sunday, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
That's on him.
When is the game?
Saturday,
Saturday, probably like-
7:30.
If it's a night game, I know I'm not coming back.
Okay.
And then on top of that, I'm sure that because once we tell Toe and them that we're going to be
Like I said,
we'll see y'all.
if
Sunday.
I go on Saturday, I know I'm not coming back till Sunday.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
But yes, we appreciate everybody who checked in with us. Share our
can't
shit
go
if you
late.
enjoyed
You
it.
can't go down there late. We got to go early too. Like it can't be late. It
Nah,
can't
the
be
game
late.
started at 7:30. We probably got to leave at noon.
Dude,
Probably
even
before
that.
then. Tailgate and
We
all
would
that
have
stuff.
To leave Friday night.
Traffic.
Friday night? Damn.
Yes, because if it's up to me, if it's like that, I'll talk to you after the show.
All right.
LL